Hey you! So today I'm finally doing a stitch with me on my Beartown cross stitch from spring. I will have a picture of it in the corner of the screen for you to look at and admire. My setup is a bit different. I'm a little bit hanging off of my desk as I'm reaching under this and over this to work on it as I'm not doing the sewing method. I also do want to mention I have never cross-stitched with long nails before. They're this long, and that is quite literally about to be my first time doing this with long nails. And I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but yeah, I mean, I guess the weather hasn't been great. I can't even pick the needle up. It's been pretty bad, actually. Like, a lot of stuff has been pretty bad lately, in terms of, like, weather and just situations. And by situations, I mean my son's school, before he even started, we were promised transportation and whatnot, and that just did not happen. And it was to a point where the weather was getting really bad, and it was so hard to walk to school with him. And because of the bad weather days that we were forced to walk to school in, he started to kind of resent taking the path to even go to the school. And as you know, or may not know, if you work with students or special ed students, you cannot simply pick them up and move them or deal with certain situations. And my son was starting to hate walking so much because of all the roots he was tripping on. That time we had to move trees out of the way, when it rains really hard, when the snow's too deep and he struggles to walk through it. He started to pull against me and not even want to walk to school anymore. And I don't want to be that mother that drags her child to school. He loves being there, but I didn't want him to end up hating it because I was forcing him to walk there in a way that he didn't want. But we were led to believe that we would be provided. We would be provided transportation, as I do not drive, and if we were not to take the path in the woods, it would probably be like a 20-minute walk. And I'm sorry, but no. I have stuff to do. He has a late start in his day to begin with, so I don't have a whole lot of time to get that stuff done, even when I did walk him through the path. And it got to a point where I felt like no one was listening to me. So when it snowed really badly on Monday, I told the school, look, you can send someone to get him, or he's not coming in. Oh, I cannot grab this with my long nails. Oh no, it's not my first knot. I've never knotted this before. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I kept him home because 2 weeks prior to Monday, they had said, oh, well, next week we'll have transportation for him. That did not happen. They did not sit down and speak with me like they said they would. And then Tuesday came and they still did not provide transportation. I'm like, nope, sorry, we're not walking through 10 feet of freaking snow through the woods and over this sandy dune, because there's a sand patch we have to go through that's kind of uphill. And when it gets really cold out, it's like if you froze foam. Like, you step on it and it crunches away and you sink so deep. And it's just not safe. And I told him, nope, I'm not walking him to school today. And I did try to find a ride, and I can't afford a cab. And so Tuesday, he didn't go to school. Wednesday, which was yesterday, the school lost power due to a passing storm. So school was canceled, didn't have to worry about it then. And today, finally, sorry about that, that's Etsy. Last night we got an email saying that today a van would pick him up, and guess what? It's the same van I literally saw dropping students off, or a student off that needed a ride every day by time I reached the school by walking with my son. And I was always there wondering, well, you keep telling me you don't have the transportation, but every single day I see this van and it's only ever one student. Why can't you pick up my son? But today started us getting transportation for him. Finally. And I'm kind of mad that we're this far into the school year and I had to fight, like literally boycott my son going to school for them to provide this transportation. Because again, I'm not dragging my autistic son through the woods, over stumps and roots, up a hill that's basically just quicksand, and being the bad guy. I'm sorry. No. But at least that got resolved, and my family is quite proud of me. They were agreeing that he should be provided that transportation, and I'm so happy he got it. And he very easily got in that van. He did not fight us at all. He was such a good little man. Got my own finger wrapped up. But yeah, I thought it was really good because I knew he wanted that and needed that. So how have you all been doing on your cross stitches so far? I know we're like only a little bit over a week into this year, but if you've set goals, are you still trying to stick to them? I've been stitching 200 stitches a day on my Sailor Moon cross stitch. It's not the one I want to finish the most, but I'm using it as a practice to it's not motivate, that's not the right word. To discipline or learn discipline for myself when it comes to sticking to something. And I've stuck to it so far. I think today will be day 7. I have not stitched that yet, obviously. I just made a video that's uploading for you all now. And now I'm recording this one because I kept promising it and I just haven't had the time. So speaking of not having the time to upload Stitching on Beartown with you guys, I feel like I should also update you. I did finish my custom order for a sweater, so that is great news, but the bad news, bad for you, not bad for me, maybe bad for my channel, is that the day I finished my first sweater order, I got another custom order for a sweater, but instead of pastel this time, it is going to be camouflage and green. So I did get the yarn for that yesterday, and I will be working on that. And pretty soon here, I'm about to be done a pansy-shaped handbag, and I did crochet over wooden handles for that. I don't know if I have them up here, but I would love to show you. So these are the handles. These are the handles I crocheted over. They were light wood. They are real wood. And I'm showing you the back sides. Oop. And this will be hidden once I weave in my ends. But what you're supposed to do is crochet a lot in double stitch until it ruffles up the edge. And then this part's going to be under the top 2 petals, or the middle 2 petals of the pansy. And then here, let me just, and it will like ruffle all the way along. Let me see. So it'll go kind of like this. Let me just move you. It'll be kind of like this. This is just so I can sew those petals on. Obviously it's gonna sit flat, and then there's gonna be a pale purple ruffle all the way up here, and it's gonna come down here and join and connect and ruffle all around. And I do got 2 handles and 2 panels for this pansy. And I'm thinking I have this purple floral fabric that might be really nice to line the bag with. And I do have another set of these handles I can crochet over. I'm just not sure if I want to put in the effort quite yet because the person who wrote this pattern, I think they're a noob at writing patterns. I mean, I looked at their Etsy. They don't really have crochet patterns, but they do have like other random things that are non-crochet or non-crochet related. But I would love to just line that bag and plop it up for sale and see how that does. Let me zoom back in. And I just thought it was super cute. I kind of want to do one in another color, but I don't know if I want to do traditional colors if I do this again. But another thing I've wanted to do is modify that pattern and kind of make what would look like a pansy shawl or shrug. So I would take each panel and put it over the shoulder. But then last night I had a dream about this beautiful butterfly shawl or cape, whatever you want to call them. And I really kind of want to do it. I'm just, oh, I still had that. I'm just not super motivated right now to be creating my own patterns and adjusting things, especially when I have another custom sweater order. And on top of that, my younger sister wants to do a $100 commission of a character from a game she plays, and she wants me to make it look like her character. And I do have a pattern I can adjust to do that as well. So, and she wants 2 of them. But yeah, that would just be like a lot of work because amigurumi dolls are a bit tedious, especially when you have to modify them with shapes that you've never made before, because one of them has kind of like lion's mane hair, like spiky Super Saiyan hair, whatever you want to call it. And the pattern I'm adjusting or altering to do this for her does not have that type of hairstyle, and I don't think I've ever seen that type of hairstyle crocheted. But I told her I will fiddle around with some scrap yarn first and see if I can figure that out. That way she's not paying me for something that I later on find out I can't do. Because that would suck, wouldn't it? Anyways, have any of you bought this kit or added it to your cart yet? It's definitely super cute. I calculated that if I did 300 stitches a day, I believe it would take a little over a year and a half. And I think if I did 200 stitches a day, it would take like 2 years. Over 365 days, I believe. Don't quote me. I don't remember completely. All I know is that for my Sailor Moon one with 200 stitches a day, it will take me 180 days to complete. And that I'm fine with that number, because that means it will be a finish for this year. Oh, I just stitched that backwards. Here, I want to watch my lazy work. Let me see if I can find the hole again. I'm not here to rip it out. I'm here to stitch over it and fix it. That's my lazy way. There we go. Ta-da! I'm not ripping stitches out for anyone. Not if I don't have to. Ugh, I'm ready for it to be the weekend though. Not sure why. I kind of do the same thing during the day regardless. Sorry, scratching my nose. Oh, come on, where are you? Oh, that's way too far. I want to get back into my workout routine. I realize I'm falling off the table, sorry. Because my shoulders could use the support. as I have pretty weak back muscles. Oh, come on. I'm not good at stitching it when it's near other stitches. But yeah, I have pretty weak back muscles, and any posture I've been trying to maintain or sit in has become super painful lately. So I've been stretching as much as I can, but I definitely need to strengthen the muscles around those joints instead of just stretching, because stretching alone isn't really going to help me much. So I'm definitely going to have to figure that out. And I don't mind exercising before bed because it wakes me up for like 30 minutes and then I get really tired. And my son likes to do it too. He thinks it's so funny and he'll try and copy me. He's the cutest little ham bone. Come on. Oh no, I'm lost again. There we go. This is the hard part for me. And if you didn't notice, I also got some down here of his arm, this part of his scarf. I started his broom, and then I got some up here in his ears, up over there as well. And I think that's pretty much all except for the few blobs of green in the bottom corner. Because I started down there, because I always start in the corner, but I decided I wanted to start on something fun, so I went straight for the bear. This is so different than doing it at night. At night, I put my lamp under my glass table in my bedroom, and I can see through the holes, so I can see where I'm sticking my needle. I can't really do that here, can I? Because then I'd blind the camera, and the camera would be like, hello, I'm trying to record for you, but I can't. So tell me, am I the only person that acts like they're starving and that there's nothing to eat, and then the second you restock your groceries, you just look at everything you have when it's like time for breakfast or lunch and just think, nah, I don't want anything. So I was talking about that with my younger sister, not my twin, this morning. Sorry. Because she calls me most mornings, and we, like I said, I've mentioned this before, we don't really talk. We just kind of do our daily thing on the phone because we're both stay-at-home moms. And randomly she's like, oh, I'm so hungry. And I was like, do you need food? And she's like, no, there's plenty of food here. I just don't want anything they have. Let me put this down a little since I keep lowering somehow. But yeah, then we started kind of just agreeing on how it's weird how you can be really starving or think you're starving, and then you get new groceries and you just don't want it. I've really been getting into potato leek soup lately. I don't know why. Oh goodness. I didn't even check what kind of leeks I bought or how many. I need to do that when I'm done with this because, you know, I like soup. Soup is probably my favorite meal right now. I don't know why. I like 2 ingredient soups, like vegetable wise anyways. Because my current favorite soup was, it's snow peas. Snow peas in a spicy, clear vegetable broth and some sliced bok choy. I prefer baby bok choy, but it hasn't been available in my area. So snow peas and sliced baby bok choy, sliced into strips, not into like cubes or anything. And I don't know what it is, but bok choy and a clear vegetable broth just hits. Especially when I'm sick, because that spice is going to clear your sinuses right out. And I will always swear by that soup, even if my son doesn't eat soup. I'll let him sniff it. There we go. And, sorry, even though we're pretty much, or he's not sick at all anymore, but I've had this weird vet cough since we were sick, and like I'll be just like laying there and out of nowhere I feel like I inhaled water and I'll have to cough up phlegm, and like I don't know why my lungs randomly get those blobs of wetness. It's so irritating though. Just like when I wake up with dry eye, I don't know why my eyes are always so dry when I wake up. Like, am I sleeping with my eyes open? Because, oh my goodness, I look horrendous in the morning when I open my eyes and I see myself in the mirror. I'm like, oh no, why are those bags there? Why is everything so blurry? And I drink a ton of water throughout the night, so I don't know. I really want to start a new kit, but I don't know if that's a good idea. But after seeing everyone's year progress and whips, I'm over here thinking I'm a baby. I don't allow myself to have that many whips. But should I? But like, I don't know, because then I have this issue called procrastination, and I'll procrastinate all day if I have so many kits to pick from. And it's already hard when I know they exist and I want to start them, and then I just force myself to work on one I already started instead. I think that's why I really have been enjoying and buying a bunch of large kits like this massive bear kit here, because I know that no matter what I do, it's going to take me a long time to work on it, and so I don't feel the pressure to bust it out as fast as possible, because as fast as possible is still really, really, really slow for a large kit like this. And that's okay. Even a few nights a week on this is a win. Just like typically in most of my kits, I'd have more than the amount of this bear done by now. Sorry, I feel one of my head hairs stuck in there. Oh, it was a long one. Oh no, that's cat hair. My cat has been all over me the past 4 or 5 days. I don't know what it is. I thought she was going into heat, but then she just kept not going into heat. But she's been so needy and meowing and pawing at me like, Mama, pick me up. Scratch me. I want scratches, Mama. I'm like so surprised. She's laying down in her cat tree. I removed her fur, like the fallen off shedded fur for her, and then refilled her water so it was fresh, and I gave her some scratches with the nails because she knows long nails means good scratches. And then I laid her down in her basket, and she's been napping since and leaving me alone instead of screaming at me. Otherwise, this entire video, you'd just be hearing "Meow, meow," or she'd jump up on my desk and knock something over. She's been one needy little girl. There we go. I love her though. She's an okay girl, even though she pukes sometimes. Her and my son will get into something, and yeah. I remember I found out real quick that my son can't have those balloons you use to make balloon animals, because this psycho of a cat likes to eat the entire freaking balloon. And so I had a friend over, and they were playing with my son with those balloons, and I went to bed, and you know, they know my son's bedtime routine and all that, and I trust them with my son. And I went to bed because I wasn't feeling great, and apparently they didn't pick up the balloons or the popped balloons. And not the next day, but the day after that, I went to clean my cat's litter box, and there's just like a rainbow balloon made, like a rainbow poop balloon. It was a poop made purely of rainbow balloons. And I did let them know, like, hey, you can't be leaving stuff all around my floor. My cat will eat it. She's not the smartest. And then she's going to either have constipation and need to see a vet or vomit everywhere. Because her fur is bad enough because it's so thick and dense and fluffy that she'll lick and lick and lick until, hairball. I actually had to just throw away my, what's it called? Oh, I missed one. I'll go back. My, is it a shag rug? It wasn't really shaggy. It was fluffy, like a fur carpet. I just had to throw that away because she puked in it like 3 times in 1 week. And the last time she puked in it, it got so embedded into the carpet that I just couldn't clean it out. Didn't want to clean it out. Rolled it up, brought it downstairs, threw it in the bin, and this morning I watched the trash man throw it in the back of his trash truck and smush it and take it away. So bye-bye carpet, and now my floor feels empty and my feet feel cold and I hate it, but I'll buy one that's shorter at some point. And then I have to get back to brushing her daily. With a gentle brush, obviously, because brushing your cat daily with a abrasive brush will cause irritation and flaky, oily skin, and we don't want that for our fur babies, do we? Why am I missing this one so often? Come on. I think I got it. Sorry about that. Oh, wrapping my finger again. So I've been thinking a lot about my childhood because, Christmas season and like school concerts and stuff. Because I used to do concerts. I used to do school concerts all the time as a child, and it got me to thinking, well, do I ever get to attend one? Because of where my son has his autism, is he ever going to actually become verbal? And if he doesn't, and his class hosts like a school musical, like a Christmas singing party, is he gonna go there and just stand quietly next to his peers as they sing, or is he just not going to be involved? Or would he even want to be involved? So it just really got me thinking about all these different questions, all these what ifs about my son. Things I never thought I would think about. I don't know. Like, I always thought having a toddler would be super irritating. The only thing that's irritating about my toddler, at least, is when he stims, he makes repetitive noises, which initially I don't mind, especially if I am very busy. But if I'm trying to relax and he does it, the way he makes those repetitive noises is actually very triggering to me. I cannot handle repetitive noises like constant tapping at like keeping its beat and stuff like that. I do like having a fan on 24/7 as background noise, but I wouldn't call that repetitive as much as I would call it a constant noise. So the way he likes to stim is kind of triggering to me against my overstimulation. So his stim overstimulates me. But regardless of that, and that being said, I truly do think I got one of the best toddlers I could have ever gotten. He is such a good boy. He is so sweet. He'll come up behind me, hug me, play with my hair. He'll try to engage me in his favorite activities, which is always something to do with ABCs. Once in a while, marble run, but almost never at this point. And I don't know, I feel like I may have won the shit lottery when it came to his dad, but I definitely won the lottery when he became my son. He is my favorite person ever, and he is the love of my life. And I don't know, I guess I got a little sad last night thinking about how I don't know what's going to happen in terms of those, or making those sorts of memories, but I know we're going to be able to make our own memories. We don't need the school to help us with that. It's just, I would prefer to not even make those memories out of school. It's just that thought alone that got me to thinking about making memories. Oh gosh, I can't find this. I do want to take him sledding soon, but it seems like every time it snows here, it melts like the very next day. Like yesterday there was so much snow, and today it's just wet and gross, and it sucks because my mother, after my very direct encouragement, bought him a new sled while we were at Rennie's. And it has this cute little seat and this part that goes between your legs. Or maybe it's a toboggan. I don't know. Anyways, it looks super comfortable. And I wanted to go sledding with him. But how are we going to go sledding if the snow keeps melting? Like, come on, snow. Are you here or are you not? Pick one. I don't like this wishy-washy behavior. And I know a lot of you guys don't like snow. I don't like it either, not as an adult, but I like it for my son. I don't like it for me. For me, bad. Him, good. Good fun snow. And my mother actually lives almost right across the street from a really steep sledding hill. And it is separated from the road by a fence, but there's also tons of room at the bottom for your sled to stop naturally. And I just think he would be obsessed with it. I really want to see him go sledding. But you know, you can only do so much. You can't change the weather. I'm surprised I still have so much thread left. This takes me a really long time. I do prefer the sewing method, but like I said again, I want these stitches to be more uniform than my other ones. That, and it's just really hard to get a grip on this one because it's so big, and I don't have a super large frame or scroll that would fit this. So this is my best method. Hang half of it off the table and stitch from underneath. And that's working fine for me because I don't need to be a speed demon. I mean, as much as I would love to be the Flash and get like 20 kits done in a day, that would be awesome. Imagine all the crafts you could complete if you were as speedy as the Flash. If only, right? If only. Hold on, sorry, my eye itches. Oh, and my toe's numb. I didn't realize I was squishing my own toe. I like to curl my toes up under my feet sometimes. I don't know why. My feet are never flat on the ground. I'm always supporting the weight of my legs on my toes. I'm a toe walker. It's probably where my back problems come from, if I'm being honest, but you know, I cannot stand even the tiniest fleck of dirt on my feet, and I don't like wearing socks all the time because they make my feet sweaty, and I don't like that. It's icky. Icky, icky. Unlike my son, who always wants his socks on. Except for yesterday, he was running around with a single sock on because he couldn't find the matching pair, or the matching sock to the pair. And for some reason, he just did not want any other pair of socks. So he just wore the one he could find all day. And I had to take it off him today to give him a proper pair of socks. Because he snuck it back on after our bath last night. Little trickster, little sneakster. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I really don't know what else to say, you guys. My life's not that interesting. I've been watching a ton of movies on Netflix. I'll live, I promise. My throat's just going through it right now. So, some movies I watched, or not movies, they're series, Netflix series. One of them I watched was Brand New Cherry Flavor. That was interesting. I did enjoy it though, but I really gotta say, they were very cheap about the end. And I don't mean production-wise, I mean storyline-wise. They wrapped that up so fast that it had so much potential to be more. And they just gave it all away. So the ending was very disappointing. And it's about a young filmmaker trying to get her student film made into like an actual movie. I don't want to give it away. Everything I watch is like horror or thriller, by the way, except for Trailer Park Boys. I don't know why I still watch that. It's a comfort show, because it's so like real life to me, because I grew up in a trailer park, but like, yeah, it doesn't feel scripted, so I think that's why I like Trailer Park Boys. Another series I watched was called Bodies. That one was absolutely not what I was expecting. It kind of took place in like 2 or 3 different timelines at once. Or like they went back and forth between them as they told the story. And that was really interesting. I actually liked that one a lot more than I thought. Because I'm learning to trust that the description Netflix gives you sucks. And that's why I never really tried to watch anything new. So I added a bunch of new stuff to my list, and I've just been watching it to the 3rd episode at least before turning it off. And I'm actually liking a lot more than I realized I would have liked. Because let me tell you, all these descriptions suck. But then when I watch the show or the series, I'm like, oh, I like that a lot more than I thought. And so, but yeah, Bodies was really nice. Not nice. I enjoyed it. And the one I finished last night was called A Nearly Normal Family. Now, I have some really different opinions on that one. It was also kind of too fast-paced. They really could have worked more details in that and done better with the storyline. And they also could have been more dramatic with the storyline because it feels like they dumbed it down to keep from upsetting people. And that definitely just took away, like, the gasp faction. I know this word. The gasp factor. Factor. Oh my goodness. I'm trying. It took away the gasp factor. Meaning, like, it wasn't as shocking. Maybe the shock factor would have been better to say. You know what? My brain doesn't work when I'm trying to talk on the spot about something that I don't usually talk about. But I did enjoy it. I just think it could have been better or longer. But, you know. And then I have some other stuff to watch still. I want to rewatch, I think it's called Ratcheted. I forgot the actor's name, but she's an American Horror Story. I absolutely love her. She's a beautiful woman. I'll look her up and maybe put it on screen. I don't know if I'm going to feel like editing this video by the time I'm done or if I'll have the time because it's already 2:30 and I have to get my son. And I know it's not going to be 2:30 by the time you're watching this. Oh, and it's while I'm recording it. It's probably going to take a while to upload though. And wow, I'm at 40 minutes. Is this going to be my new longest video? At least for stitching with me. I kind of want to get back into reading too, but like I don't know what the series is called. It's from VC Andrews. The series that has Flowers in the Attic and other stuff like that in it. I really enjoy those books. I like raunchy things that kind of make other people go like, ugh. Because if it doesn't really, like, if it's not intense, it doesn't keep my attention. Because, you know, ADHD, I'm going to go seek my thrills somewhere else if this movie or show or book isn't going to hold my thoughts there. And then I've been seeing this other book recommended on TikTok. I don't go on TikTok often. I do it maybe like once a week, once every 2 weeks. But I keep seeing this book pop up and everyone's obsessed with it. They're comparing it to like the Hunger Games and stuff, but I'm hoping it's darker than that because the Hunger Games is definitely a children's story in my eyes. But I saved the video so I can go back and find it and maybe purchase that book and test it out. But it's hard to do reading since I've had my son, especially where he likes to sleep in bed with me. Like, he'll spend 3 hours wide awake in his bed because I won't let him in my bed. But the second he comes into my bed, he passes right out. And that's just how it's been because of our previous living situations. We always had to share a bed. And so now that we have our own beds, he just isn't comfortable doing it all the time unless he's upset with me or doesn't feel good, because then he kind of wants his own space. And I understand that. I like space when I'm sick too. I don't want someone breathing down my neck. But yeah, if I can get a hold of that book, I will definitely show it to you if you're interested in that kind of thing and give it a read. Maybe I can read it with you guys. Come on, I can find this. There we go. I'd have to use my good microphone though, because I have an ASMR microphone for things that are solely dedicated to my voice. It's just difficult to use because I have to turn my refrigerator off, all my fans off. I have to turn my lights off so the bulbs aren't going ding in the background, because that microphone picks up everything. Like, if a hair fell on the floor, I feel like you'd hear it with that microphone. And yeah, my fridge is a big issue for it because the humming, and then my son couldn't be home because you would hear him clear as day. I know you all can hear him in the background sometimes when he's home. And I know that gets loud, so imagine a microphone meant to pick up every little sound. Yeah. That little man is not made for ASMR. He is rowdy and rambunctious and full of life. I feel like I need to check that message because I accidentally hung up on my sister before I started recording this. I didn't mean to, but I went to pick up my phone to move it, and I thought I had clicked the screen off before picking it up to move it, but instead I touched the screen first to pick it up, and then I turned it off, so I hung up and then turned off my phone screen. I was like, oh no. And she's not someone that really responds on Messenger, which is where we do our calls. So even if I messaged her or tried to call her back, she probably wouldn't have answered. Because she calls me in the morning around 8 or 10. Most mornings, not weekends though, but most school days or work days, whatever you refer to them as. That way we're just not alone. I feel bad I hung up on her. She wasn't talking or anything. She was being quiet, so I assumed she had her earbuds in and was just kind of listening to me talk to myself and walk around the house, walking about doing the things I needed to do. I know she listened to me record today's video, my giveaway update video. She 100% was on speakerphone while I recorded that and heard it all, but she's also heard me edit my videos before. I remember one time when I was still sick, she was on the phone with me and I was editing a video and I had to cut out like 50,000 sneezes, and she's like, "Is that you sneezing in the video?" And I'm like, "Oh, absolutely. I'm just gonna crop that part of the video out. People don't have to know I make mistakes. And if I'm too lazy, who cares? I'll leave them in. It's my channel. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect." Just like sometimes when my son decides to come out here and I'm recording, I'll simply get up, go situate him in the bedroom, and come back. And then when I'm editing, I'll cut that part of the video so there's not like 5 minutes of silence where nothing's happening. Because nobody wants to watch that. I mean, unless you do. If you want to stare at my cross stitch while I'm not talking or even near it, go for it. That's what posting pictures of it is for, though. That's why we have the community tab, isn't it? To look at each other's stuff. I wonder, if you don't post videos, I feel like you could still post pictures of your projects on your community tabs. So if any of you do that, like don't make YouTube videos, but you post pictures of your progress or finishes on your community tab, let me know so I can go have a look-see, because I want to see. You guys get to see my stuff. I want to see yours. Because I think I deserve to know what you're working on. I think I'm going to run out of thread before I get to the end of this pink area. There we go. Found it again. I hope I don't. I hope I make it to the end. I'm so close. I think this alone is almost as much as I did last night, because let me tell you, I kept getting distracted. That shoulder pain was too much. Way too much. Oh, and look at that. My giveaway update just finished processing into HD, so it is now published. Yeah, so as of right now, my giveaway update and my Mona Lisa kit review video is up. And I will stop recording this when I get to the end of this thread, because I know a lot of you probably left at this point. And if you didn't leave yet and you're still here listening to me go on about literally nothing, leave a comment. Let me know. I want to know how long people watch my videos. Not like I really need you to say it, because YouTube will show me in the analytics at what point people usually click off of my videos or specific video, but it doesn't tell me who stayed. So if you're a true craft friend and you stayed this long, comment so I do know. And also don't forget about the giveaway. I know I keep mentioning the giveaway update. Don't forget about it. Go check it, because I'm going to end the giveaway on Saturday and do my drawing. And if the person guessed wrong, I'm going to draw again, and I will comment or respond to the comment of the winner, as well as check your YouTube page for a contact. That way you have multiple chances to hear from me, and I don't have to draw again, because I will draw again if you don't respond. And I will say in the drawing video how long you have to respond before I draw again. Oh, come on. I know it's in the corner of another one, that's why I can't get it. Okay, you know what? Oh, so close. Why am I... What is in that corner? Why is it not... There we go. Jeez. I'm getting there. Will I make it? Will I have enough? Who knows? Boop, boop. I kind of want summer to be here, but I kind of don't. I also don't want to deal with my taxes. Tax season. Ugh. I know H&R Block keeps calling me, but I thought they told me that I didn't need to go to them this year. Because last year I went to see an accountant because I wanted to make sure I didn't have to amend my previous year's taxes from last year. And I did not. And then I had to go in for a meeting or two because that poor accountant was so confused because of me selling on my Shopify, through PayPal, and through Etsy. Etsy makes life a living inferno. Furnace. I don't know. Etsy is not accountant friendly. That's all I'm gonna say. That poor old man was so confused. But now that we sorted out what I'm filing certain things under and what I should file as for some things instead of other things, he last year agreed that I should just go back to using TurboTax this year because we pretty much sorted all we needed to sort. And unless I suddenly get a lot more money and income per year, it's probably not going to change. But they still called me. But I'm probably going to try with TurboTax first, because TurboTax last year, when I finally stopped using them to spend 1 year with H&R, TurboTax freaked out and they're like, oh my goodness, don't forget to file your taxes and blah, blah, blah. I was like, I'm going to ignore that because I paid them with H&R Block. And I don't think I need to pay them again. Like, the IRS has my info. TurboTax doesn't need it too, especially when I didn't file with them. Like, stop. Leave me alone. Oh, come on. Okay, let me just... So close. 2 more stitches. Get out the way. Alright, while I'm finishing this up, I hope you guys have a really great weekend or a really great Friday whenever you watch this, basically. I hope your following days are really nice and amazing, easygoing and crafty. And I hope none of you have also been getting pelted with snowstorms and poopy wind and losing power. It's not fun. I got caught on the gemstone on the nail. I want to peel them off so bad. Boop. Ah, yes, I did it. So, be warned, I don't know how much of this I'm going to edit out, if anything at all. We'll see. And thank you guys for coming and spending this time with me. I hope you have an amazing day or rest of your day. Give the video a like if you want to support me. I know I need to post more Stitch with me's. I'm just bad at topics, so you can also comment a topic for me. I can't promise it'll be a topic I'll use or something I'm knowledgeable for, but I mean, I can try it and see if I have anything to say about it, give it a shot. That way we can have more conversations. Or maybe I can start telling you guys stories from my past. There's a few that aren't super graphic. Like when I thought ghosts and stuff still existed. Or the Easter rabbit, and I was like mortified of it. Oh, I was so scared of the Easter rabbit. Yeah, I'm in pajamas. It's hard to do. I like to shove it under when I'm done pinning it down, just for extra security. And I don't have snips out here, so that is going to be that. Let me show you really quick what we have done. So all of what we have done today is up in here, around here, and over here. And then what I did last night was here, here, these two, and then this broom handle. And tonight I'm probably just going to be finishing up the scarf, and then maybe, if I feel like it after, finishing up the bottom of the broom, because I feel like that needs to, well, that's not the bottom of the broom. This is like the thing above the bristles of the broom to hold it together. Right here is the broom. That's the straw part of the broom. And I think that's just a butterfly. But he's going to be so cute, right? All right, well, thank you guys for spending time with me. I really do appreciate it. And if you get this kit, please let me know, or even stitch along with me. I think this is going to be the only kit I do stitch with me or stitch along videos with for a while, even though the setup is a little bit awkward. But thank you guys for coming anyways, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.